Oh, I am Laura Hart, CEO and founder of RoboFun, and I am here with my colleague, Kelsey Derringer, who is the co-founder of CodeJoy, with her colleague who is behind the scenes, Matt Chilbert, who may show up at various times. And I can't wait to tell you more about CodeJoy, and I will do that in a minute. In the meantime, I am, again, Laura Hart from RoboFun, and we run creative technology programs for children. And we're on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And right now we're finishing our spring semester and getting ready for summer, in which we will be offering week-long classes in robotics, coding, and Minecraft and circuitry. So go to robofun.org to check us out. And we'd love to have your child join us for summer camp. And you may stop by the studio to see it to determine if this is the right match for you, or try an after school. So that's robofun.org. If you sign up with us, you'll get all of our announcements. Now, turning things over to Kelsey, CodeJoy is a 2.5-year-old company. Is that right? A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So tell us about, Kelsey was one of my first heart-to-hearts 2 years ago. So tell us about where you are now and what would you like to show us?
Absolutely. And first of all, just thank you so much for having us on today. It's been great to kind of be on this journey with you as a fellow female CEO of a robotics company. I'm really grateful for our continued kind of friendship and collaboration over the years. So thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you. Thank you.
And your summer programs sound really fun. I can't wait to check them out more and recommend them to my friends in New York. So it's great.
The kids have a blast. And
I could tell from all your social media posts and everything, it just looks so fun.
Yes. So
so we founded our LLC in the fall of 2019, but we launched in March of 2020, which was a couple of things happened that month. Yeah. But it was a really interesting time, actually, to start an online teaching company, because that's what we are. We're an online robotics education company. And when we first started, we knew we wanted to focus on robotics and coding. We thought that we were going to have to explain certain things, though. We thought we were going to have to tell people what Zoom was. And we thought we were going to have to explain the value of video communication. We thought we were going to have to really lobby for why online learning can work. And then suddenly, within a few months, everybody was like, yep, got it. What do you do? And there was suddenly this huge demand for exactly what we were set up to do. So our North Star was always coding and robotics, but at first we were kind of doing a lot of different things. We were doing, in summer of 2020, we got hooked up with Maker Camp and Make Magazine, and we were helping them do this thing called Summer Maker Camp, where we were hooking up with like makers and puppeteers and artists and horse riders and bug people and like all kinds of cool, interesting collaborators to do more like maker projects. And kids were joining us live, they were making along with us, and we were broadcasting it. But then in the fall of 2020, one of the parents of the kids who had been coming to a lot of those maker camps approached us, and he was like, you guys are trying to do remote robotics, right? And we were using something called Nets blocks, and we were trying to get kids in other locations to control our robots here in our studio. And we were doing it, but it was like kind of clunky, but it was working. We got a girl in Germany to control a mouse to go through a maze in real time. It was awesome.
And let's just back up for a minute, because what you're saying is a pretty radical thought for many people. I'm going to put it in my words.
Yeah.
I'm here making a robot, and I'm sending you the code to control. No, wait, I got that totally wrong. I'm here not making a robot.
Here. You don't have a robot.
I don't have a robot.
Right.
And I'm controlling the robot that you have in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
And then I'm seeing it on the screen do something.
Yeah. So we're teaching kids to write code, block-based coding. So if people are familiar with like Scratch or Make Code or Snap, things like that, it's code that looks just like that. We've modeled our code on Make Code, actually. And then we teach kids how to bring out those blocks, how to snap them together, how to manipulate them, put in numbers, and what that code is going to do. They send that to us through a website that we've created, and then they can see us and hear us and chat to us and send us their code, and they're seeing their code in action on a robot that we've built.
Wow.
But that didn't come about until fall of 2020 when Mike Cotterman, who is the third part owner of CodeJoy, he
Uh-huh.
approached us and had made something in his like basement workshop. He was like, "Hey, is this exactly what you guys are trying to do?" And he like showed it to us and we were like, "Yes, that is exactly what we are, that was our goal, but we didn't quite have the technology to do it." And he innovated that. And so he was the one who helped us set up that whole website. And that's why he's the third part of CodeJoy, because our student sessions are really built on that website, which allows up to 400 kids to tune in at once, to watch, to chat, to code, and to see their code in action with our
Wow.
website.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's your proprietary like portal place.
Yeah.
And is it your proprietary software as well?
As
Like,
far as
have you
there's not
created the
technically, I don't think
coding?
there's technically software involved. There's, coding. It's all online.
Yep.
I hear Mike say the word WebSockets a lot. I don't
Okay.
totally know what that is, but it uses that somehow. But it's all
Okay.
microbit based. So
Okay.
we have some microbit. All of our robots are built on microbits, whether they're built with a Hummingbird extension board, or we're developing a show right now that uses a Finch robot. But they all have this little microbit built into it. And then we have a microbit in our studio that's transmitting all of that. But the experience for a kid, it's very much like a webinar where
Yep.
they can see us and hear us. We cannot see them or hear them for privacy reasons. They
Mhm.
can chat to us, but they can't read each other's chats, again, for safety reasons.
Yep.
But then when they send that code into us, it also has that code built into it. So we've been primarily working with school districts and organizations. And so like the entire fourth grade will join us, or all of third through sixth grade will join us. And we're kind of like a school assembly, but
Right.
kids are actually, they can join from their individual classrooms or all in the auditorium. Either way, teachers project us up front and then kids are controlling that. So that was always our North Star. We always wondered, how could we get a kid who doesn't have a robot to play with and control a robot?
Right.
And so this technology has allowed us to do that. But you had asked early on, like, what was one of the big things that changed? That first year, like a lot of small businesses, when people would say, "Do you want to do this?" We would say, "Yeah, what is it?" And
Yeah.
then we'd like figure out how to do that thing.
Yeah.
Now, 2 years in, we're a lot more focused. So really, we do those student sessions, we do teacher professional development, and
Mhm.
we resell a few types of hardware, and that's it. We don't do maker classes anymore. We don't generally work with like families exactly. We work with schools and organizations to serve large groups of kids, either directly with our student classes or by training teachers how to use hardware that their organization has invested in their classrooms. And we focus on working with teachers who are not computer science teachers, but
Yep.
who are interested,
Yep.
or who are being voluntold to do that in their library, makerspace,
Yep.
classroom, etc. So we specialize in working with those types.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great. So what can you show us? I have a feeling you have some cool stuff to show.
I do. I do have some cool stuff. Will you make me full screen so I can show you the
Yes.
whole thing?
There you
Great.
go.
Excellent. Okay. So here's our whole studio here. Our studio is located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right in the heart of Pittsburgh, right next to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, actually. So we try to continue that tradition.
Yep.
So we're actually a multi-camera teaching studio. So we've got this front camera here. We've got a top-down camera here. And if you want to check us out, here's our website. You can visit. We've got some other like close-up cameras and things. So we can show all sorts of different views of things, so that we can more effectively demonstrate things. So for example, if I were teaching a workshop on the microbit, I might have a microbit, and I might want to show people what the code looks like that is being used to control this microbit. So when I press the A button, it's going to make a little blinking heart appear. And so we use all these cameras in this whole fancy studio to better and more easily communicate visually what concepts we're trying to teach to kids and teachers. Um, So we've got all these cameras here, and for professional development, this is what PD looks like. Teachers can join from the same location or different locations, and they've got a robot, we've got a robot. We're showing them how to use it with these cameras here. And actually, I'll put our website back up there again, because we are offering some free professional development this summer with both the Microbit and the Hummingbird robotics kit. And so if you go to our website, you can learn more about that, codejoy.org. It's being sponsored by the Infosys Foundation USA, and any public or public charter school teacher in the US or Guam, because we have someone in Guam, or US territories, they can get training for free, 9 hours of virtual training this summer, plus free hardware. That is all being sponsored by Infosys. So if you come to us on our website, we've only got a few spots left for Microbit in July and a few spots left for Hummingbird in July. So if you're a teacher, or if you know a teacher who would like some free classroom sets of hardware and free training, check that out on our website. That's one thing I wanted to make sure that people knew about PD.
Okay, I just added that to the chat.
Thank you, perfect.
Sure.
But then the other thing that I wanted to show you is what our student sessions look like a little bit.
Yes.
So our student sessions, they're a little bit different, because unlike teacher PD, it's kind of loose. We're teaching like this. Our student sessions, they're a little bit more structured. They've got a story behind them. So the student sessions, you can almost think of them like a TV show. There's a narrative, there are characters, there's a goal. They're 30 to 45 minutes, so they're tight. There's a script to it. And there's a little story that the kids are interacting with. And that story is all built around my house here. And my house, well, I've got this hole in the wall, and it's an actual hole in the actual wall. And behind that hole in the wall, I've got these little self-aware cardboard robots who live back there. And in fact, I can take a look at them in there. Looks like they might be back there. Yeah, let's see what's going on behind the wall. What's happening back there? Oh, look, we are set up for a class currently called Robot Rovers. So during this class, kids will actually get to control a little robotic rover in this little apartment here. That's our friend Elby in the front there, and that is his new pet rover that the kids are going to get to control. But the kids actually get to interact with and control this little world that lives behind my wall back there, and do some really fun, cute things. And if you're interested in joining that, you can join for free. That is going to be on May 26th, in like 2 weeks.
Do you call that a workshop?
It's a workshop, where we call it a student session. So kids don't need any supplies. We've got 2 different times during the day that they can come. But they basically just come either by themselves or with their class. That's usually who we work with, is a teacher. We'll share that link with the students. The students all join from their own computer or Chromebook, and then they actually control our robots during the session. And you can find out more about Robot Rovers also on our website.
And what day is that in May, Kelsey?
I believe it's the 26th. Let me double check that real quick. It's the Tuesday. 24th, May 24th.
Okay.
I had that memorized.
All right.
May 24th. I thought we could maybe end by, a lot of people are curious about our studio. So Matt is in the background here, and he's got our behind the scenes camera. So you can just take a look around. Do you want to take a look around, Laura?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, check this out. Oh, 1 second. Hey. Oh, isn't that cool? 1 second. Might be able to get it up. So we have this behind the scenes camera where we can take a look around at things.
Inevitably, we always have technology moments.
It's not a real live thing unless we've got a cool technology.
Well, Kelsey and Matt are figuring that out. Oh,
we'll come back. Try again. We might try again. We've got another. Should we try again, Matt?
Give it one more go.
Give it one more go. Okay. Oh.
All right, that happened today.
Bummer. That's all right. Well, our studio is technically located in a garage, actually, in Pittsburgh, which is, kind of a cool thing to see all of this technology and lights and cameras and everything set up in here. And if you come to our student shows, we always give a behind the scenes tour. So we'd love to show that to everybody then.
All right. So I think that we might have to do another session so that we can get the behind the scenes tour in a couple of months. So
we would love to come back on, Laura. You are always fascinating to talk to, and really exciting to be able to share what we're up to this summer.
That's Fantastic. As a user of the hardware that you are training, the bird brain technologies, I just received a National Science Foundation grant for work with the finch. We'll be in touch with you to share that with you. The finch is a little robot that looks like the bird, the finch, a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. And I am so appreciative of your time and also just your angle at starting a business and as intrepid entrepreneurs and offering things to kids that many kids can't get. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Laura. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks. I'm just going to end by saying we're robofun.org and we're on 102nd and Broadway, and we are thrilled to be working with kids with robotics, with coding, with Minecraft and circuitry. And everyone have a great day.